Hey, how's it going? It's Thursday. Welcome in, Marcus. Hope you're doing well. I don't know why that was the intro, but that was the intro. Hope you guys doing well. Hope your day's going well. Hope your week's going well. Mine's going all right. Doing pretty good. Glad. Mine's all right. You know, no major complaints. Always some complaints, but never not any major ones. Complaint, for example, is it's way too hot. It is currently 75.6 degrees in my room, despite not even having that much of a sun. Said help. Oh, now it's 75.7. Great, it's going up. Yay. I'll survive. Somehow I'll survive. I got some tax back from California today. Some money back. And I was telling my parents, hey, now I can retire. I'm rich. $15 whole. I feel like sending the mail of that check is almost as expensive to send it here than the amount I'm getting. I mean, I won't say no. Converted, that's like $20. I mean, yeah. Anyway, the plan for today is to set up the new idea of the Ricochet for Melee. And the idea that we came up with yesterday was a Ricochet doesn't always hit an enemy, and typically it will just hit enemies like nearby. So instead, if you're doing a melee, it will then spawn like spikes from the ground or something that will hit enemies in a small radius around anyone you hit on a % chance basis. So within a certain radius, it's going to see, hey, did anything succeed, or it doesn't succeed in general, and if it does, then it'll hit enemies around it, and yeah, and then the tiers will be just higher chance of hitting something on every tier. So the current Ricochet 1 increases the range of your projectiles, and of course the longer the range, that means the longer they're alive, or I guess it increases the lifespan. Well, that means they're longer alive, which means they have a higher chance of hitting something else, right? Effectively doing the same thing in terms of like increasing damage, right? Without necessarily increasing damage. So that's going to be the thing we are taking care of. Because yesterday we finished up the Chain Lightning, which has been a long time coming. I've talked about Chain Lightning and Ricochet for a long time. Finally getting those in. So I'm quite pleased about that. I haven't done any more of the card art conversions. I should do that after the stream. Generate as many as I can. While I have, well, it lets me basically. So that's gonna be the plan. And I was also doing some prep earlier on. It's very minimal prep for Sunday's video, because the plan is to, for Sunday's video, as I mentioned yesterday, is just to show that you can use PCG with not a single node's knowledge of any node. You don't need it anymore. You can just use a lot of what BCG has to offer, thanks to BCG mode. Just thanks to that, because you can use the different tools, different modes, and put it all together. That's good. So that'll be I'll be just making a quick little demo of that thing. I thought it'd be nice. Well, that's the plan. That's all I got. So, shall we get into it? Shall we get into things? Boink. So, yesterday, we set up you. Oh, load. Give it some time. Why isn't it loading? Oh, there it goes. There he is. So we set this up yesterday. Right, so we now have chain lightning that we just have attacks that if enemies are close enough in range, we'll just chain between them. Hey! What a name! I refuse to do so, but welcome in. You can't make me. Hope you're doing well. You're learning it? Well, hopefully you enjoy coding. Unlike me. You love it? Okay, good. I'm glad. I am glad. Okay, so, right, if we go to the rebound, right, and we grab ourselves a projectile, right, this is working great. Bouncing, it's cool, it's fun, I enjoy it, but now we need the melee one. So, I love how it bounces. So for the melee one, we need a spike type effect. So let's see what we have to work with. Ground attack effects. What could we use? Ooh, hold on. Can we modify this to just not be like to be really short? Travel distance. That's kind of cool, actually. Travel time. Turn off the audio. Could I change the angle of this? Yeah. I don't think I can change the angle of this though. I don't think I can change the angle of this though. Okay, well that's an option. in the process of learning UE5 and Blender and more, you're just starting out? Well, best of luck. Hopefully the process goes well. I don't know if that's the best option. Let's see what else we got. Not flamethrower, not hack and slash. These are the old stuff. I don't want lightning thunder for this. It's not projectile. It's not gonna be this. I guess that is the best I got. Okay, I guess those are the best I got. Fine. I guess what I can try doing, right? What's it you and you? Yeah, I think I want this one. And we'll modify it. So let's call it ground spike. And let's see if we can make this look like what we want. So a couple of things. We're not going to want to have the audio. I mean, I guess we just turn off the audio on here. You. I can do. I need to figure out which one is the. Is it this one? I think this is the one we want. And this is the one we want. So we probably can do modify the rotation. Initial mesh rotation. Orientation. Why is it I guess the angle is. I want to rotate it. Actually, can I just rotate it here? Oh, that's why. Well, pivot offset. I could put it 0. Oh no, this is down. Put it back down. I want to rotate it. Not you. You. And now let's change the colors. It's okay. Oh, wait. What? Why is this? Why is this rotated? Okay, well, I'm not going to touch that then. Make it bigger. Okay, let's bring this out. So we can actually take a look at it. And we'll put it here. You have a couple of Udemy courses you got to finish. Your goal is to make an aircraft mechanic simulator. Good luck. Because that doesn't sound very simple. Mostly because I think that's going to be just tough from the point of view of just figuring out the mechanics of how the aircraft's supposed to work in general. Not even like implementing everything. Let's loop count. Okay. I want to keep it 1. We can do some really interesting stuff. No, we don't. We want the 1. We want the 1. I'm just thinking, is that the best option I have? This one's transparent. I don't really want to use the transparent one. I mean, like, not this one. Right, like there's stuff, there's that, but this is the multi-line one. Out of curiosity, could I make this tilt angle 0? Oh, hold on. Maybe I should be using this as the base. Big count 1. Hold on. Small count 0. How do we... Spread wide? That doesn't do anything. How do I get it in the center? If I can get in the center, then I got what I want. Okay. There has to be a control for this, right? I don't like that. Like, I understand. Okay, maybe we can modify this. You know what? Let's try modifying this one. Hey, Rami, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Let's see if we can make this one work then. So 0, big count 1. Don't tint, no light boost. Okay, we need to figure out where the big rock is. Maybe it's this one. Huh? I think it's this one. And then, is there an offset on this that I can just modify? Initialize particle. This color. Lifetime. This is hue. No, I don't care about the color stuff. Mesh scale. No, I was looking for location. Position. Shape location. Here we go. Radius 0. Aha! Okay. So now we can just come here and just change this to be earthy color. And then figure out why it's so red. Oh wait, this should be 0. Why is it so red? Bottom low. Color hue. Why is it still so red? Oh, color fog, color glow, color rock. No, it doesn't tell me why it's red. Where's the... Why is the light boost green? That's so... What is the setup? Okay, fine. Let's do, like... I mean, I guess it's still the best one, but I kind of wanted it to just not glow. I guess. Okay, well, we could do a few things. Turn off... I think we want this. I think we want this. I don't care about the decal on the bottom. And don't care about the audio. And then here, we can get rid of the fog. Here's the question. If I had a few of these, are they all going to be the same? The exact same shape every time? Yes. Yes, they are. Why? I would like it to be varied. I would like it to be varied, and if only I knew enough to make it varied. Oh, okay, so this is just this one. Okay, no, I should not be, that's not the one I need to be modifying. The small one is the one I need to be modifying. Yes, I want to modify these, I think. So... -1. 1? Oh, that's relative. -0.1? 0.1. Okay. So that's fine, but we want to also undo -0.1, 0.1. Hold on, does this have determinism turned on or something? No. Oh, yes. Don't do determinism, please. Don't do determinism, please. Aha, there we go. It had determinism turned on. I don't want determinism. I want H1 to be a little bit different. So thank you. Okay, so now we can play with a little more here. Big count, small count. We could do maybe like 20. 50 is what we had it at. Do 10. This was at 150 before. Okay, let's play with you. Here. So let's do -0.3 to 0.3. That's too much. -0.2. 2. Oh, I'm realizing that it's only in one axis, so that's what's throwing me off. There we go. I think that's more of what I wanted. There we go. Okay. We can also get rid of... do I want the little the rocks? These guys? I feel like that's kind of nice. I don't think we need the... Oh, you're... Yeah, I see them now. The little blue things that you're never going to see. Yeah, we're getting rid of those. Those do not need to exist. So then we're left with just stuff. Okay, that's a lot better. So then we can use this. This does not have determinism on. Good. Excellent. So now we just need to change the size because it's a little bit big. Oh, let me change the spike size actually. Oh, so that changes all of them. It's all relative. Okay. What's the point of having two scales? Oh, because it scales. Oops. It also scales the small rocks. Is that it? So if I made all size bigger, then those guys get bigger. If I made this smaller, oh no, that's still. Okay, let's just try this. Don't want you. Oh, I had it open still, didn't I? Oh, that was fine. Okay. That worked out. Let's just go ahead and put this underneath these guys for a little test. That seems fine. I think that's fine. Okay. So now what we need to do is create the effect where when we have the tag on a melee attack, it will do a trace around that actor, and for every other thing it finds in a radius, it will have a chance of inflicting it. So let's set that up. I think I can do it just in a function. So this is going to be the melee ricochet. Okay, so we want to do a multi-sphere trace by channel. And then we want to do character. Actors to ignore is going to be get instigator? No, just get owner. Right, get owner. So we want to ignore the owner, and we also, let me see where are we going to be executing this, and what we have access to here. So here is where we're going to have it. So we're going to have access to the special attack down shielder. So we also want to ignore the one that is dealing the damage. Okay. Do a trace. Let's start with a radius of 200. And we'll see based off of the location of the owner. So now we can say, okay, here, if we get ricochet, then do melee ricochet. We might want to just put this one at the top. Convenience. Okay, so let's take a look. Okay, nothing happens. Good. There's the trace. And let me just confirm that nothing happens on the projectile. Oh, it does, because it's on a hit. Did I have it on special attack? Or did I rename it to on attack hit? Mm. Let's take a look. This might be actually on the player. And no. No, it's no. Where was it? Where was it? Where am I checking if it is a melee attack? It's on the animation, for sure. It's on the, it shouldn't be on the take damage. Although maybe. Okay, better question. What are we calling this? Indexing blueprints. Please hold. Projectile base. Back trace dummy. Ah, okay. Here. So yes, this does it regardless. Okay, so then, right, because this will happen whether it's projectile or not. So what we can do then is instead of here, oh, here it execute melee abilities. No, it's right there. Where's that going? That's what I wanted. There it is. Oh, okay. So I just had it in function here. Okay. So here we do the ricochet, and then that does melee ricochet. I'm sure that I had a melee specific one. Okay, so let's go ahead and give ourselves ricochet. So this, gets us the trace. Ooh. That's the wrong place to trace from. But now it's only doing a melee. So step 1 is correct. But this is doing it on the wrong character. Right. So it does have to be off of the other one. Or where's this being called? You. Okay, so it's going on the overlapped actor. But hold on a second, why is it? It's going on the overlapped actor. Why is it doing it on me? What? Wait, why is it on player? Oh. Huh. If it is melee, then it does it on overlapped actor. The overlapped actor should be the one getting hit. Not the attacker. Let me just confirm that this is what's triggering it. If it stops triggering, then you might have a problem with... Yeah, it stops triggering it. So that means that, hold on, if I gave myself a fire aspect, am I going to catch on fire? No, he is. Oh, no, but that's the black hole one. Wait. Why is the black hole here? Okay. Okay. Here's what we're going to do instead. Yep. I'm going to go back to the on hit one. Attack hit. I'll send in a new information through. Damage type. What's it called? I need to send through attack type, not damage type. All right, go. And then here, we could check if on slow, if the attack type is equal to melee. Then do this. Okay, let's take a look. That doesn't do anything. Oh, oh, did I? I didn't plug it in, did I? Yeah. I mean, it should have been always happening, though. It should have been melee, but... Huh? Wait, it should have always... What did I do? What else did I do? Where else was I stupid? Oh, wait. Oh, I did very stupid. I did very stupid. What's it called? My brain clearly ain't working today. Ricochet. Jesus Christ. Ricochet. Here. Up, back up top. This to the top. Check if this is true. If it is, do ricochet. Okay. Now let's see. Okay, good. So now it's doing the trace wherever we need to. Good. If we do a projectile, why is it still doing? Okay, now why is it still doing the? Why is it still doing this? It shouldn't be doing that on the projectile. It is not melee. Am I not getting the right sending the right information through? That huh? I mean, I plugged it in. Guess the attack info, the attack type of the attack info. Oh, hold on. Shush you. Spell. Spellbolt heavy. Projectile. Spellbolt light. It's such a projectile. No, it is set correctly. Huh? What is going on? Melee, yes. Projectile. That clearly says projectile. Okay. Watch is gonna work now. Projectile. So, if it is projectile, then why is it sending through not projectile? Well... Oh, hold on. Now I'm getting attack info. I don't think anywhere I'm doing a set... Oh? No, the only place I'm doing a set is here. So then how in the world... is the attack type here wrong? Melee and projectile both go through here. Yeah, first of all, how are they missing? Why are they missing? I thought we got over this. God damn it. How? And why is this not even printing at all? What's going on? Is the attack info somehow blank? No? I am confused. I am very confused. Yeah, how are you again? Oh, no, you're not gonna be on overlap. Yeah, you're never gonna trigger on overlap here. It's impossible for you to trigger on overlap because the projectile don't do the overlap. So then hold on a second. That also means I don't need this. So this is the melee one. But the question is, how is it triggering it on the projectile one? Wait, okay. What did past me do? What did past me do that is making me so damn confused? Where am I triggering then the projectile version of this? There. Okay. So what I need to do then is here. Check if well, this checks if the owning had ricochet. Okay, but I want to, I guess, not send. Okay, I want to remove ricochet. Well, I wanted the output from this. Hey, Stormer, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Okay. Okay, fine. Let's do what we were doing before. Yeah. Attack type. But now we can do this is a projectile, because it's gonna be on the projectile one. And this is always melee. Because projectiles will never come here. Even though I have it checking for some reason for that, it's impossible for it to get here. Found an easy and free way to get your berries. They do not exist online anywhere, but there's a 2D images of berries. So you take the 2D image and put it into Meshy AI. And it makes an Unreal Ready model for whatever the picture is. Unreal Ready is a big stretch. It makes a 3D model, yes. You can put it into Unreal, yes. But to call it Unreal Ready, I feel it's a little stretch.
Quick ad break. Blueprints are now AFK farming errors. The bugs will wait patiently for me.
I'm glad you got a setup though. But I mean, for berries, I feel like depending on the berries you're doing, it's just a little blob effectively. Should even make like little spheres, red spheres, something. Mix in FBX and slow triangle already has that enabled. That has nothing, not being enabled has absolutely zero to do with anything outside of Unreal. Unreal just by default, if you have that check setting on, the checkbox on, it will make everything nano. Yeah, that has nothing to do with anything. But if it's low triangle, you probably don't want nanite. I mean, unless everything is already nanite. But I'm glad you got it working. Is Meshy AI not paid? Or are you like using like the free credits? Like, I imagine it gives you some free credits to like test with. Just send me a pic of your berries. Oh my. You switch to version 5 instead of 6 and you get 10 free models a month. That's pretty cool. I imagine there's a noticeable difference in quality loss, but I guess depending on what you're doing, like for berries, yeah. Why not? And if you're needing just to like get a general like reference of something, I imagine that's good enough. Okay. Also, just because I can, just in case. I think spells and dots still go through here, so let's do that. So as long as this is equal to, god damn it. Melee. I made a new channel called Stream Chat, like a little below that. So, yeah, whenever you send me stuff, just send it to that channel, just for the future. Oh, they look good. Yeah, give it a nice little stylized material. I mean, I can tell there's issues on some of them, like for sure. Yeah, I could see like modeling artifacts. Geo artifacts, so like Yeah, I can tell there's issues, but knowing what made it, good enough. It'll work. Yeah. Just check. So regular attack does nothing. That does the trace. Good. And that is not. Excellent. There we go. Okay, good. That is now working. So now we can start working on this. The free version doesn't let you make changes to the mesh, but you can in Blender. You just haven't? Yeah. You wouldn't want it to make changes to the mesh either way, because the mesh is horrible. I don't need to, like, see the wireframe for those pieces. The artifacts tell me everything I need to do. that the mesh for those is terrible. Okay, for each loop, let's break. Let's do a random float in range between 0 and 100, and as long as this is less than or equal to the chance of we want it to happen, let's just say 50% for now for each one. So as long as this succeeds, spawn system at location. This guy. Location is the hit actor. I don't want to do. Hit actor. Yeah, actor location. And then we also want to do get character capsule size. Because then we want to take this and then subtract. So we put it on the ground instead of it in the air. That's the location. Yeah. Let's see. Also, auto release. Let's see if this works. Aha, there it is. Like we need a little bit bigger. And we need a little bit bigger. So let's do a bigger radius of this trace. Of a radius. Let's do like 300. Or like, yeah, let's do 300. Let's try that. The other thing is, I feel like it was too quick on the spawning. I can't put a delay in here because it's a function. I could make it an event and then could put in a delay. We can't put a delay here. We'd be able to delay here. But I guess what I can do is in the event graph, if this is true, let's do like a very short delay. 0.1 seconds. The problem is, I think the fact that there's no sound. I feel like the sound is what would do it. So let's go back here and let's turn on sound. But I'll just use a modified version of it. Override attenuation. No, not attenuation. What's the one where you specify the max? Here. Max count. Yeah, all this. Okay, so that's already set up. Pitch multiplier. Maybe the higher. Let's do like, I don't know, 6. And then we can do a I forget what it's called, modulator. Yeah, slightly more of a variation there, like 0.9. Not bad. I could probably go even quieter. Uh, 0.2 is fine, and then we can just adjust the how many max. Let's do like 3, and we can see how this works. We're working on the garden. There's a node called get UTC time, and that makes your life easier to check recorded time versus current time to make the plants grow. Also, you want to make sure that it actually like they grow based on real world time versus like game time. That's not bad. Okay. So that seems like it's working. So now we can just go ahead and also have them take damage now. It's kind of important. In terms of the ricochet, it does the full damage. The problem with that is I don't have the full damage. So I can get the damage, I can get the attack info, I guess here. which then gives me the attack type. So I no longer, I'm going to need that anymore. So here, UN. And same thing here. Where's the attack info? Where's it? Oh, it's right here. Receive damage info. This is the attack info. Real world every 7 minutes is the next growth stage, so about 25 minutes to get your plant produce. But if you leave the game and come back the next day, it counts for that, and the plant has grown. So you can cheat if you change your BC time thing. I mean, yeah, but the question is, are you trying to make Farmville? Like mechanically, that is not a fun mechanic, right? Because... and it's designed so you buy typically the microtransaction to speed it up. It's just a paywall. Typically. That's the only reason for it. And you can't really have that for your game because you're not planning to monetize it, because that would run into issues. So just something to consider. Let's just do these. You know what? Just run this to a local variable. Do it if it passes this. There you go. Make, and then... oh, I guess I should just send in the received damage info. I just send the received... do I have the received? Yeah, I have the received. Yeah, I should just send through the received one. Received damage info. And then we'll fix this here. Local variable, received damage info. Scooch, scooch. pass that through. And then on the projectile one, right, we're not sending this through. We're sending this through. Which I feel is better. So I don't really care about the attack. I care about the damage that it was received. Then I can just send that through as it is. And I guess if I'm sending that through, I can just do this check inside of it as well. There we go. And then here we can just do get received damage info and just pass that through. Okay. No, speed up. You're trying to go off older Pokemon games as well. You can plant berries, but it takes real time to grow. And the berries have effects, but the main berries, common, gives health. I'll be honest, I've never once... I've played like several Pokemon games, right? And I don't play all of them, but I've played several. And I've never once gone back to a tree to get batteries. Not once. Like, if I pass a tree and it has berries, cool. But I've never once been like, oh, this berry is here. Let me go pick it up. And I barely ever use them, so... I didn't even realize it was based on real world time. Like, I know there's like, you can just, you know, I use like the one that cures like antidotes, the ones that, you know, not cures antidotes, are like antidotes, the ones that cure paralysis and whatever else. Like, I'll use them. When I pick them up, I'll equip them. And then when it runs out, or when it's used up, I'm like, cool. And I never equip anything else because I'm too lazy and I forget. Yep. I'm not much of a berry user. The way my character is always built was which one has big number for damage that will replace small number of damage, and then you have, and then I want to have 4 different types of attacks, as in like, or as many types as I can. It's like a normal move, a, you know, if it's a psychic Pokemon, let's say a psychic move and a dark move and a ghost, like, you basically have 4 different ones. And that's it. I don't care about the special attack, regular attack. You really don't need to care about that kind of stuff. The game's not that hard. It's really rare berries that you can only get one of sometimes, so you gotta plant to get more. Yeah, but that assumes that I would care, even. At least people like me don't care. At all. Okay, let's take a look. Huh? It did damage. Yeah. Yes. It's working. And it's doing damage. Okay, let's try big wide attack and see how it works. Yeah. Yeah, it works. Hey, Revolution Art, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. When you say attack, and upon hearing that, you type static attack in the blueprint variable. You're welcome. Glad to know you're paying attention. Yeah, so we can turn this off, and then we need this as a variable. So now we can change the power up here description. So instead of this is all very different now. So for the projectile one, projectiles bounce off enemies and surfaces, increase projectile lifespan by a certain value. By blank seconds. For the melee one, variable 2 percent chance of damaging surrounding enemies. Damaging enemies surrounding hit target. Hey Rohan, welcome in. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Why are the hitboxes so big? There are much better ways of doing that and far more accurate. That's not a hitbox. I don't know why you think that's a hitbox. That's just a trace I was doing. No one said it's a hitbox. Surrounding hit. I need a better way of phrasing this. Okay. Damaging an enemy has a blank chance of spawning spikes under surrounding enemies. Fine, probably. Yeah, it's fine. We need to make it. I really need to make a double one. Assume you were tracing the hitboxes. Well, I'm tracing how big I want the effect to work. Yeah. Within a certain radius, I want enemies to be targeted. But that has nothing to do with the attack itself. And without the hitboxes, where are they? Damaging an enemy has a blank chance of spawning spikes under surrounding enemies. Oh, I need to specify, the radius. Damaging enemy has a chance of spawning spikes. Not under surrounding enemies. Under surrounding enemies is fine. Yeah, just just the surrounding part. So just nearby enemies. So I'm just grabbing who's nearby. The one that got hit. That's all. I don't know if rebound is going to be the best name for this, but should be fine. Okay, let's go back here. And let's take a look. I just grab a bunch of them. Yeah, so that's 50% chance, and that's really high, right? That's... yeah, so that gives me an idea of at least how often I need this to work. Okay. So, we now have the guide. So, definitely not 50%. 50% could be the cursed tier. Let's say 20, 10, and 5? 5, 10, 15, 25? Because you do a lot of attacks. And you hit a lot of enemies. So that's even that's probably too much, but let's start with that. Get card power up values for ricochet, and we want variable 2 inhale. Okay, so if this is true, then it should work. So now if I gave myself just a tier 3, is that not enough of a chance? I didn't happen a single time. Let me just double check that I'm getting this value. Oh, I mean, I need to do it from the damage dealer. Get card power up values. Ricochet. That's why I'm getting it from one getting hit, not the one dealing the damage, which is wrong. Okay. There we go. So now that should now work. Yep, there's a few. Yep, there's another one. Excellent. Okay. That's a nice damage increase. Now, the question I have is, are you guys hitting me always? Or are you sometimes missing me somehow? How are you missing me? How is this still a thing? I'm glad that we have the ricochet done. No. I thought we were done with this stupid crap of the things just not hitting and working. Why? Why are we here? That was odd. Well, that's why. Why was it not, like, just on and attached to... Oh. Like you. Ba, 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 ba. Oh, it's because the jump is here, but then the attack is here. So really, I need to do this, which is not going to be very accurate in terms of the animation, but it will make it here especially. It will. It's not quite going to be accurate, but when doing the jump attack, it will be far more accurate. Okay. Is it? What? No, they don't have a start delay. Okay, what if I just moved it over by like 1 frame? Just in case. Huh? Is the duration working? Yeah, that is working, but that what's going on? And turn off the delay destroy actor. Just see if it's being destroyed way too early. No. No. Oh, it's not being attached to them. It's not attached to them? Isn't it? Let's see. Set relative location. Uh-huh. This is the move forward. Did I not have an attach thing? Shouldn't it be attached always? No, it shouldn't be always attached. But you definitely have an attached right there. Hold on. Where is that being used? So it's being set. Right, and then we set attached here. And then we get attached here. If it's not attached, then we just set... What? I'm not attaching it? Why am I doing not doing anything with it? I'm setting it and then I'm just not doing it. What? Okay. Attach actor to actor. The actor is self. The parent actor is the attacker. Keep world, I believe is what I need to do. Oh no, here it's setting it. No, here. No, I was okay. That's fine. So I was doing it there. I just found where I was doing it. It was here. Set variables from input. There's attached. If it's true, then we attach actor to actor. Okay. Then the next question is, are these set to attached? No. No, they're not. Uh-huh. Okay. There we go. Okay, so I need to go through and just double check that all of the melee attacks for all the enemies are attached. Okay, see now it's working. So theoretically, I should have been dying a lot more. Okay. So let's go and double check all the stuff. Gloop thing we don't care about. You have a melee. Just did you. Okay. You have a melee. You have a melee. And you have a melee. Attached. Ultimately, on you, it doesn't matter as much. But Same thing with you. Doesn't matter as much because you don't move during that. Yeah, you're fine. This one does not want. You don't want to attach these. So I guess what we need to do actually is have these attacks be longer because he's jumping during this time. So it does need to be longer. I'm giving all the enemies a damage boost. Fun. Okay, so these don't want to be attached. This one does. This is the attached one. These are the lightning ones, so we don't want those. You guys attached, because I think he's moving during this. Melee for sure attached. These double thing. Okay. Just need the swing, I believe. I don't think he's going to be moving during these, but doesn't hurt. The only problem with doing this is when they don't do a jump attack, it does do damage earlier than you would think. So it's not a perfect thing. Yeah, I'm going to not move them on here. They should not be moving during this. These guys. So you know what? I'm not going to attach it. It's only the ones that have a jump attack. But no, but the spider does have jump attacks with those. Shit. I'm gonna need to figure out a solution for that. I'm gonna need to figure out a solution for that. That explains why I've occasionally felt like it was not hitting me when it should. That explains a lot. Hum. Yeah, we're going to do something about this. We need to know if it's a jump attack. But that's a separate thing, because that's controlled inside of... Oh, I guess I can check the tag. How'd that work? We'll need to think of that later. Okay. But now these guys should now actually... There we go. Right? When they do the jump attack, it makes sense. If it's one of the 3 triple combo ones, see. Let's isolate one. Okay, so we need him to do the triple attack, right? His attack starts earlier than you would think it does. So, what do we do? What do we do? I can't just make it two, like, separate things. Because then you potentially will get hit twice. Right? Because the first ones you hit versus the second ones you hit could overlap on the trace somewhere, will result in you getting hit twice when you shouldn't. So that's not quite a solution. I could add a variable called, like, jump frames or something. Or wind-up frames. And then I'll need to manually type in how many of those there are. And then based off of that value, I can delay the attack. And remove that from the duration. Effectively shortening it to where I need it to be. If it is not a hold attack. I think that's what we gotta do. Okay. So we add a wind up frames value here, just an integer. Expose it. It'll be 0 by default. So then take wind up frames, multiply it by 1/12. So hold on, let's just do a divide. Why is it converted to? I wanted to convert this to float. Yeah. Yeah. Multiply it this way. There we go. So this is how much we need. So that then we take the duration and we subtract u. Okay. The problem isn't right-clicking the pin. The problem is if you don't do it in the right top-bottom one, it will still output an integer. Unfortunately. So then we have this, and then we add this to the start delay. And that should get us what we want. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know that. But if you were to do... If you had something like... divide this integer, and you just did this to float, right? And you just did like, and this was a 1 to float. To float. To float. To float. The output will be an integer. Even if I do this, and I did this, the output will, for whatever reason, still output an integer sometimes. Even though it's a green and it's supposed to be a float. Bro, you don't need to explain UE to me, bro. I mean, I'm explaining why that wouldn't work. Bruh. Okay, so with that there, let's go ahead and open up all of the animation sequences again. Okay, Ambertooth is fine. You're fine. You. Goblin. Shark. Skeleton. Yep. So, that's all of them. And no, it would be a float. The injures just took out the floating point. The integers just took out. No, you would think it'd be a float, but from personal experience, for whatever reason, it would sometimes return integer and drop, and not a float. That's what I'm saying. That's why there's an annoying way. That's why sometimes you even have to put in a variable into the top one. Specifically, if the top one has to be the float. If the top one's not the float, it will output an integer, even if you divide it by a float. There's the specific way you have to do it. It's stupid, but... this one, he jumps, then he does the attack. So for you, actually don't need to mess with anything. You don't move. You do on the trash tier. So on the trash tier, let's make sure. Yeah, you're attached, but you don't have any wind-up frames. Okay. So you have 3 wind-up frames. Ooh, are you a 12 or you're 15? You're 12. So you have 3 wind-up frames. Oh, I also need to do... I didn't do the gameplay tag check, so that still needs to be done. This has 1 wind-up frame. And the other one's fine. This is the everyone. So this actually should go here. And then the actual windup is just 1 frame. I don't care enough to check it. Look, I explained to you what happened to me in the past. I had it where it would not convert to a float unless I did certain things. You can believe me, you can not. I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. That's fine. I'm telling you. That's what happened. That's why I'm doing it this way. I don't care if you believe me. Or you choose to do it that way or not do it that way. It has no impact on me. But, yeah, I ran into issues, so. That's why I'm doing it this way. These are fine because I want them to work correctly. That is all fine. You. Oh, you're fine. And you're gonna be fine too. Yep, other way around, still fine. And I imagine you're fine. Yeah. Okay, you definitely need like a bunch of frames. What for? But you're 15. Right? Oh, you're 30 frames. Okay, so we need to convert 12 to 30. So, no, 12 divided by 30, right? 0.4. So whatever it is, we need to multiply it to 0.4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. 2.4. We can say 2. One, two, three, 4. Is 1.6. Again, we can say 1. Better to be a little bit early than late, I feel like. Okay, so we're gonna look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is again 2. Yeah, they're all attached. Okay, good. Later on, we're not gonna have this problem because it's gonna be all the same frame rate properly, but this one was 1, and the last one was 2. Yep. Okay, you do not have wind-up frames. Good. Oh, headbutt. You. No, you don't. That can be part of the attack. That's fine. He starts moving his head up. What frame rate are you at? 30. Great. So realistically, here's where you should start attacking. So really, you should have like less than 1 frame. So I'll just move this here, and then I'll be fine. So really, it's less than 1 frame technically. I'll just do this. Yeah, you're fine. I could drop it 1 frame here. Okay. That should work better now. So let's take a look. I need you to do the triple. Triple, please. Okay, triple, please. I know it's not like an always thing. Come on, you can do it. Okay, that's better. I think I want a slight delay maybe on him. On the 3rd attack. So let's add like a 2 frame delay. 2, 4. Yeah, let's do like a 2 frame delay. Okay, but that should be a lot better in terms of him actually hitting me when he's supposed to. Yeah, like that. Excellent. Okay. Problem fixed. Fantastic. That was not super convoluted. Get return. Heading game back on out of this. Awesome. I love it when it crashes. God damn it. Yes, please reopen all the stuff. Thank you. Jeez, it's nearly 9 and 75 still right where I am. I really hope that it's saved. Oh, there's one. It's there. Okay, yeah, these have 2. Okay. Okay, I think probably we're fine. So, yay. That wasn't too bad. But what we need to do here is you. Let's promote to a variable. Called character reference. Okay. Then we just plug this into here. And start cleaning this up a little. Okay, and then you also then here, we do a check hashtag and check if you have the I think it's attack hold. Based on whether or not you have them, do a select from both of these. If it's true, then we use these values. If it's not true, then we use the original ones. So let's double check that I have the right thing. False, but that should have been true. Okay. False. Okay. What's going on? So that's not the right one. So let me take a look at the AI state tree. Combat. Action.attack.hold. That's what they. That one. Not attack hold. That probably needs to be removed. Okay, so that says true. Only does the combo. Why does it say true there? That wasn't good. It should say false. Also, why is it no longer attached to him? Oh, that says attached. That's attached. What happened? What didn't get saved? What didn't get saved? Seems like everything's still in the same place I had it. Why does this not reset? Give attack hold. It should say false. Oh, it says hold active always? Wait, hold on. Oh, I need to check this instead. No jump attack. So if no jump attack is true, That means we are doing the original. So this is reversed now. Okay. False. True. True. Yes. Why is that not at all what I have here? It was working! Before the crash, it was working! God damn it. Why is the attached thing not working anymore? False. Why is it false? Why is it failing? So it's going here, but then it's failing. Why is it failing? Let's leave this here for a moment. So the attack one is false is correct. Do the combo should say false, true, true. True, true. Okay, so that part's working. Okay, that part's working. So then, what's going on here? It clearly sees it as for attach. So what is why is this not working? Is valid. Wait, false? What? Putting false. Huh? Why are we like this? Why are we like this? How? Do I just need to restart? Let's do a refresh all nodes. Refresh all nodes. False. Ha. It really is not sending the information through. How's it not? How in the world? Well, that's not a fair one, because that's a default. What's one that is not default? That is modified. Well, attached is modified. Oh, why is attacker here? What? That shouldn't be there. Well, that's why. He was clearing that. How? What happened during the crash? Or is the attacker supposed to be there and now the thing that was plugged into it gone? Oh boy, what happened? What did the crash do? What did the crash do? No. Okay, the attacker needs... Oh, I see what happened. No. Attacker needs to be here, but this was plugged in here. And I didn't plug it in. That wasn't the crash. That was me. Okay. There... God damn. We got there. My own stupidity, we got there. Okay. Jesus Christ. What? I'm telling you guys, anyone can make a game. Just look at the stupidity that I do and you realize that anyone can make a game. If I'm making a game, anyone can make a game. Oh, why am I so stupid? I know why. It's a rhetorical question. Okay. Let's see how the game is gonna play now. Am I gonna immediately die? Let's find out. I'm not gonna attack anyone. I'm just gonna run in and see how quickly I die. As long as it's a melee pack. We need a melee pack. Perfect. I die very quickly. So now I feel like I need to reduce the damage of stuff. But we'll see. Let's now actually, attack things. I should probably turn off the little trace display. Yeah, it's definitely easier for them to hit me. But honestly, if I'm paying attention and I'm not looking at my health to see if they're hitting me, it's honestly fine. Okay. Well, I think we're fine. I don't think there's it's more accurate now, so I mean, in a sense, they did get a buff, but nevertheless. Also, what happened to Editing game. Let me open up the level, the dungeon level. Post-process. Material? Yeah, what happened to the other one? Post-process outline, I believe, still. Because I want the champion mobs still to have the outline. I think you, or was it messing with things? I think I was messing with things. That's why I removed it. Let's find out. Maybe it's fine now. I've changed stuff since then. We're fine? Yeah, there's the outline back. Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah. Okay, cool. Whew. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna reduce the damage of some of these guys. I don't know. They don't do that much. The damage is not that insane, I guess. Like, considering that's... Wait, was that supposed to be a champion? I don't think it was, right? Oh, but there. Okay. Probably should adjust damage now. Probably should adjust damage. We'll need to go through every mob one by one and adjust damage, probably. Maybe not necessarily one by one, but every mob, but like figure out where we need it to be overall. I think what I need to do is just adjust the scaling of the damage on the elites and champions, really. Right, because right now, like, I'm fine. I've taken, like, no damage. Oh, it's cool. Did he make an enemy base class? Yeah. It's the same parent class of every single... There's one parent class for every single enemy, which is a sub of the main one, which I'm also a sub of. Yeah. See, why? Now I haven't been taking, like, any damage. I'm taking damage. See, but he's a champion. That wasn't that much damage. I think if I get caught off guard in a way where there's a bunch of them will hit me at once, then yeah, I'll die. Otherwise, like, that's not that much damage. The grenades is too much damage. That's what it is. The grenades is way too much damage. Okay. Let me adjust that. Goblin, projectile. Let's reduce the damage for these guys. Why don't you use the damage in there? And I have it set up. I was gonna change it, yeah, where I have the multiplier for elite or champion mobs. Yeah, I was gonna do it there. That's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about. Where's the damage? Why is it closed? Okay, so damage scale is 0.5. Yeah, that's way too high. I don't know why I have it that high. Let's do like 0.2. A little less than half of what it is. 0.2. That should help substantially. And then also let's adjust the mushroom guy. This one? Yeah, this one. Let's see. Damage scale 1, but that's not. Let me look at this. Damage scale 0.5. Yeah, that's too high. Considering that we're spawning how many projectiles? 10. Yeah, so that would mean yeah, he would do 5x damage for this attack. Let's do 0.2. If you were to get shotgun. Did the counter method work for you when you were trying to make the cooldown increment dynamically? Did the counter method work for you when you tried to make the cooldown increment dynamically? I'm not sure what you're referring to, I'll be honest. Cooldown increment counter method? Explain to me what ability or what thing you're referring to. I need some context. I have a lot of counters and I have a lot of cooldown stuff, and a lot of them are very different. So I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Let's go dungeon diving again. See if that's better. I think those were the main issues. It's just the cluster stuff. Cluster slash like multi-attack ones. I mean, like, these guys hurt, but like I'm standing obviously where they're gonna hit me. So I feel like that's okay. Oh yeah, the freaking poison. We gotta adjust the poison. Data tables. Dots. Poison aspect. Dot duration 7.5 seconds is way too much. I don't remember if it's using this. Let's do like 3.5. When you increment an integer, when it reaches the counter limit or whatever, you execute X code, referring to your light and heavy attacks. Yeah, light and heavy attacks works great. Yeah. Yeah, that's been working well. I think there's one issue that I need to check. Actually, now you remind me, which is if I press it too quickly, left, right. No, that time was fine. Let me get rid of you. Okay, I need to stop spamming. One. So I clicked right click. It didn't, okay, but it didn't go. Okay, so this time it did not attack, but the counter went down. So that somewhere there is an issue with that. I think somewhere I'm doing the cooldown before it actually plays the animation. So let me actually take a look at that. I think it's this. I think the problem's here. So let's try moving this. Well, no, hold on. No. Where's this? Here. This is where the problem is. This is where the problem is. Because I'm on the last index, but I shouldn't be attacking now anyway. But I shouldn't have added it to... I think I know what's going on. I'm clicking the button, and it's not... Where's the UI? So I increase the counter regardless of whether I should increase the counter if this triggers. Where is my right click? If I can right click the Grace, do this, go here, do the attack combo, and if it's heavy, trigger hover button 6. So what it's not checking is if I can do the combo 6. So what I need to do is I need to check something. I need to check if the attack index do I do this same check? Or I just don't do this. Or I just don't do this. They shouldn't be doing this anyway. Let me see what happens here. Good. Yeah, some cooldown. Still did it. It still increments it. Still increments it. The problem isn't here. The problem is here. Okay. So I need to know if this is... I need to know this. And if this is not the last, or this is still fine, I can actually even do it here. Or even earlier. No, here, probably. The same check, so it doesn't really matter the order I go in. Oh no, we're gonna want to do this first. We're gonna want, because that does the completion and all that. Then do this. So let's see if that's right. All right, so that worked good. All right, we can do the combos. Ah, still did it. Still did it. Why does it still do it? Let's attack index that. Zero. Because, okay, because it does this first, it gets reset back to 0. Right, so the order of operation does need to go first here. Then here. But if we did that, then we need to do call attack animation finished. No. Don't do anything. Right? That's probably not right. No, that's fine. That's fine. Then we do a left, 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 right. No, I spanned right. Did not go off. There we go. Perfect. Okay. I spammed right click. It did not do the attack and didn't trigger that. If I do this, wait, and then do the attacks, then we're fine. But basically, I need to wait for it to reset. If I do both, it's still fine. Let's do one. Perfect. Okay, problem fixed. Yay! Okay. That wasn't too bad. Just gotta clean that up. Yep. Cool. So realistically then, this check does not need to happen in here then. This false true one. Because it'll always be false now. So because of that, we can get rid of it. Get rid of this. And this. Because that's already accounted for. Let's confirm. Yeah, that looks good. And did not go off. Good. Yay. Okay. Yeah. So that automatically takes care of you. Because enemies would go down this path anyway automatically. So that takes care of that. Good. Okay. And then we just still do the call attack finished where we need to. Okay, cool. Yay. There we go. Yeah, so we just need to basically tweak the this whole section to not trigger. So it never increments it when it's not supposed to. AKA when I'm out of a attack sequence. Because I don't want it to do like multiple attack combos and like non-stop attack combos. Theoretically, that could be like a thing where I can make it so you can make a 20 attack combo. Your just cooldown will just be very long, but not that kind of game anyway. With the amount of movement you have to do, not that kind of game. Yay, fixed. Okay. But that also means that I think now we have the ricochet and the chain lightning done. I think both are working now, which is pretty good. Hold on. That needs to be additive, doesn't it? What? Variable 2 needs to be additive now. Projectile bounce every increasing projectile lifespan by, yeah, and that is also additive. Excellent. So now it should have the right icon. Yep. There we go. Now it's showing that it stacks. Awesome. So realistically, most times we have, I think, just the 2 without the global, but there is the one occasionally there we have the global one, right? Yeah, this one has the global one. I'm gonna change how this is set up. And I might make it even more modular down the line. for the card system. Yeah, I need to continue swapping over all the images of this. Okay, cool. Well, that finished just in time, honestly. Let's take a look at our spreadsheet. So Ricochet, done. Chain Lightning, done. Sweet. Okay. So tomorrow, we'll work on, I guess what I've already named Adrenaline. More damage based on missing health. And then we'll knock out like a bunch of, bunch of these. Reduce dot length and player. More stamina. A lot of these are just stat ones, so it should be relatively quick to knock them out. I'll probably try to generate the card images ahead of this. I think Spell Armor I already have the image for, so worst case scenario, like I have that one to already do. So we should be able to do a lot of these. The next big one that would need to do, I think the dot one should be relatively straightforward, I believe. Random lightning strikes on nearby enemies. So that one. So, I mean, that one's just going to be a basic timer that is just going to do a trace and then play a Niagara effect and do damage on anything that it hits or that it traces on. And I'll just change the timing of it. I think you'll always hit one enemy. But it'll just be like every 5 seconds, every 3 seconds, every second, or something like that. 100 times a second on the most powerful. No. Or is there a way of making it so it stacks? We could stack the amount of enemies that can get hit at the same time instead of just reducing the cooldown. We do both. We can increase the amount of enemies that get hit and reduce the cooldown. Cooldown part would be highest tier takes priority, and amount of enemies can stack. So if you got like tier 3, 2, and 1, you have a lot more enemies that get hit at the same time. So like tier 1 would be like 1 enemy. Tier 2 would be 2. Tier 3 would be 3. There's no the benefit wouldn't be very high to get like all of them. Yeah, you would hit more, but yeah, maybe not on that one. We'll see. But we got the effect done. Freaking Ricochet is done. Huzzah! Is it what I imagined it to be originally? No, but I don't care. It gave us a way of having Ricochet for the projectiles and not having like absolutely a nothing version for the melee. So yay. I am tempted. You know what? Actually, I got an idea for a power-up. I got an idea for like a few cards, actually. To do more damage every time you equip a new weapon. I want to motivate weapons being in the deck. I want to motivate weapons being in the deck somehow. Just a thought. Because I'm doing the whole being able to have melee and projectile. I kind of like the idea of also motivating the player to put weapon cards into the deck versus just running in with a base weapon. Like, it'll get the job done. You're not required to like take like even the tier 3 or 2 weapons even when you unlock them, if you don't want to. But I feel like the effects of those should be more substantial than they are. I probably should make the tier 2 and 3 weapons also give a damage multiplier. So you'll do more. So you'll just do more damage with them, because you'll never go in with them with the damage multipliers. Yeah. Let me do that. T2 3 weapons, more damage. Yep. There you go. We'll get some more weapon stuff, and then I'll finally need to do that third weapon that I've been neglecting for so long. It started out as one of the coolest abilities, and now I've neglected it for so long. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. It was fun getting all that stuff done. I'm glad. Tomorrow's Friday. Yay! I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your night, and I'll see you guys then. Take care. Bye-bye!